Okay, John, let's have a look here what we did yesterday. On the right here is your first swing that I recorded before we start talking about anything. So I want you to notice the difference between the right screen and the left. Left screen is your corrected posture, one of the last swings of the day. So but very noticeable to the eye. But what I want you to see here is interesting on this takeaway. On your first swing on the right. This is kind of your instinctive little move here, but when you're bent over like that, just want to watch. You see how you're just your first little move, you got a little back. So I'm drawing attention to the head. I'm drawing attention to the your pelvis area in the back. And you got a little bit move off the ball here, but watch how that head's going to move all over this box because you were bent over too much. Intuitively, you went in your heels as a result. And then watch where your head goes here. It just kind of starts dipping a little bit. So now I'm concerned about how much space there is between you and the ball to clear. And coming down on plane nice, but look at where the space between you and the ball, how much it's changed. So I want to work on that torso, that upper torso. Now you got to come out of it a little bit to get back to where you were. Now watch the improved posture though on the left. We don't see quite as much of a move back. Your head still's got the dip, but just that posture itself, minimize that little back move into the heels. Club's coming on plane very nicely, even though you think it's moving inside. So I would venture to say I'd like to have you kind of think about that head position. I'd like you to have that head stay very tall at the top of the swing now. That's kind of maybe a new focus that I'm seeing from this video. So let's be tall at the top with your head. That's going to give you some room in here to clear things, okay? So take away a little bit more inside. Looks good. It's not as inside as you feel it to be, okay? Another thing I kind of like to have us work on a little bit now is I like to keep that back knee a little bit softer. It's kind of moving back a little bit, and that tends to make that right hip come up a little bit. So let's see. If I could keep that softer at the top, I think you'd get a sense that you're into that right hip a little bit more the way we talked. Move up here. This is the first swing I took of you before we talked about anything from the front view. And we talked about the width of the stance too. So you got a little bit of a move off the ball there laterally, and we know it went into your heels too. Here we'll see. So if that right hip, if that right knee softens a little bit, I think we can engage it a little bit more in that forward swing. And watch how that, like I say, I can't even see your face anymore. Okay? So that means you're really diving into that thing, aren't you? So let's keep that chin a little taller down there so you don't have to come up off that front heel to recreate the space that you lost there with this posture. Okay? So that left hip's kind of going up in the air. Left heel's coming off the ground. You're just recreating the space so you can straighten your arms. All subconscious, of course. So all that said, your golf swing is better than you think it is, but That belief system's based on your results. We know that. You've been kind of, like you said, kind of an arms, hands player. So I think we could kind of clean up a little of your body work. Would be a good way to. I like the starting posture improvement. Now we just got to get that. Got to be a little taller at impact. And then if we can manage the weight in your feet, not moving back and forth so much, that would be another good thing to look at as far as priorities. Okay. So let's stay with your takeaway thinking. We didn't talk too much about this until I saw the video. I did mention to you that I thought you dove into it a little bit on the takeaway, but let's stay taller in the dress, and then let's just feel like your chin staying on top of a shelf at impact too. I think that's a good way to think of that. See how you're diving in there? It's a lot of up and down there, so I think these were worthwhile showing you just to get you on the right path. Okay? Enjoyed our visit. That was fun. Keep me posted. Have a good